Every research and survey at the moment that I know of that looks into small to medium businesses and how they integrate AI into their workflows finds out one thing. It makes businesses grow. It can be the sales growth, revenue growth, operational efficiency, cost efficiency, customer retention. Everything grows when you adopt AI. But how to do it? Like if you have a small business, what it's like to implement these technologies into your business? What will happen? So let's try to understand it with simple terms and with a simple example. Let's say that you have a small business, like a roofing business. You fixed heating systems, so interior decorations, carpets. You have a plumbing business, you have a salon, you do hairstyling. AI is not going to do any of that, right? Then why everybody's like, oh, adopt AI or get left behind? Let's look at it this way. Well, you have a business and you have a cost. And you have a price tag for your product or service. And there's a value that you provide. This is obvious. It's the profit. And the difference between these two, that is the customer loyalty and, most importantly, retention. That's what it is. So when you run the business, what you have to do is to maximize these differences, right? The more value you provide, customers will like you more. Less costs you have more profit. You have to maximize these differences as much as possible. The more you do it, you have a great business. All right, that's it. You can't have more costs than your price, so you're losing money. And you can't provide low value than the price that you're charging. Then the people will run away from you. So you need to have these components in this order, and you need to maximize these distances. So keep this in mind, and let's talk about how AI can help you in this situation, regardless of what business you have. All right, I'll give you a real example. One day morning, about 7 a.m., my toilet broke. Flushed it. It flushed, but it never stopped because something in the flushing valve, it's broken, and now the water is like gushing into the bowl. I can't stop it. So usually what you do, there should be a knob to stop the water flow. I can't find it. So I was so frustrated because now this is an emergency, right? Because the water is like gushing into the bowl. So what I did, I searched like plumbers near me. I searched and there were like several plumbers. So I started calling. So this is an emergency. I don't care what their reviews are, whatever. I just picked closest ones and started dialing. One call, no answer. Second one I called, no answer. It's 7 a.m. Nobody has started working yet. Third one, no answer. So I'm like frustrated. I called my landlord. He answered and he told me this. Pay attention. He told me, oh, you know what? Now you can see I'm not British, right? He said, you know what? It's a bit different here. Look really closely towards the base of the tank. There should be a very small opening and look into it. While keeping the phone on my ear, I looked into it. Yes, there's a very small opening. What should I do? Well, use a flashlight and look into it. You should see a small knob and you should need a screwdriver to turn that knob counterclockwise. And I did that. Water stopped. And my landlord, Mark, bless him, he sent me a plumber that he knows and he fixed it like about in half an hour. And that's it. So my question to you, all right, if one of those plumbers, I called 3 of them. If one of them have implemented an AI voice agent who could take my call, who can just answer an emergency like this, it's a common emergency, right? If the AI agent could just instruct me, it's the same exact thing the landlord told me. All right, do this, stop the water flow, and it's a temporary fix. I pass on the message to Mr. Whoever, and he will contact you as soon as possible. What do you think are the chances that I would look for another plumber, right? I wouldn't do that. But if you think that this is so complicated, these are AI agents, I don't know AI, these are like so expensive, I don't know how to do it. Look, I've implemented this exact same AI agent just for this video in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to call it right now.
How can I help you?
Oh, it seems that I'm having a emergency here. Is there anybody I can talk to?
I'm sorry to hear you're having trouble. Let me gather a few details to help you right away. What's the emergency you're experiencing?
Oh, it seems that my toilet is broken. I flushed it, but it never stops. The problem I'm having is that I can't find a way to stop the water flow. Now it's gushing into the bowl.
Oh no, that sounds frustrating. First, let's try to stop the water flow. There should be a shut-off valve behind the toilet, usually near the base. Can you check there?
Yeah,
Turn it clockwise.
that's my problem. I look for that valve, but I can't find any.
I understand that it can be tricky to find. Sometimes the shut-off valve is concealed. Can you look carefully at the base of the tank? You might find a small opening into the wall or whatever the base of the tank is standing on. It might help to use a flashlight to look for a small knob. If you see it, you'll need a screwdriver to turn it clockwise to shut off the water supply. If you're still having trouble, let me know, and I can pass your message to Mr.
Just
Wilson.
give me a second, all right? While I look for it. All right, it
Of
seems.
course.
Yeah, it seems like I'm looking at a small opening there, but it's really small.
Great. You're on the right track. Look closely into that small opening. You should see a small knob. It might be tricky to reach, but if you can see it, you'll need a screwdriver to turn it clockwise to shut off the water supply. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, I used a flashlight. Now I can see it. It's really small. I'm using my screwdriver now to do it clockwise, right?
Yes, that's right. Turn it clockwise with your screwdriver. That should help stop the water flow. Let me know if it works.
Oh, you know what? It worked. Fantastic.
That's great to hear. I'm glad the water has stopped. Just keep in mind that this is a temporary fix. Can I get your name? I'll pass the message to Mr. Wilkinson and Ryan, and one of them will be in contact with you as soon as possible to get this fixed properly.
Yeah, my name is Chris. You can call me anytime. I want to get this fixed.
Thanks, Chris. I'll make sure to pass your message to Mr. Wilkinson and Ryan. They'll be in contact with you as soon as possible to get this fixed. If you have any other questions or need anything else, feel free to let me know.
No,
Have a
thank
great day.
No, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Chris.
All right. You know what? If I could make that call, right? What do you think are the chances that I would look for another plumber, right? And imagine after this call, what would happen? This is an AI voice agent. What it would do is this is a very simple voice agent. What it would simply do, take my call and pass a message, like an SMS or an email to the plumber. Maybe he's sleeping, so maybe once he wake up at 7:30, let's say, he see the message and he calls me. If this plumber, one of these plumbers, have done that, I would never look for another plumber. He's my guy. I will give him the most, beautiful 5-star ratings. He's the one I'm recommending if anybody else asks me for another plumber. So that's what AI can do for you. By the way, keep in touch, because in the next video, I'll cover how to create this voice agent and how to come up with your own knowledge base and how to link it there. And you won't believe how easy it is and how quick it is. You can do it. You can do it yourself. You don't have to hire me. So let's go back to our diagram. So what happened there is that you provided an immense value, really big. What does this do? I'll give you a great review, great recommendations, and as a customer, my lifetime value for your business is much higher now. That's what utilizing AI has done for this plumber in this case. Next, let's have a quick look at this. This is a comparison between a plumbing business that uses AI and doesn't use AI. There's a lot to talk about here, but I'm not going to do it because it's been a long video. I'll do it in the video after the next. Stay tuned for that, because there I will explain exactly how you can provide higher value and lower the costs with AI. So for now, very briefly, in this context, the one who doesn't use AI is having missed calls, a lot of missed calls. That's the problem here, right? The one who uses the AI agent never misses calls, and he has online booking and better follow-up and everything. Okay, let's stop that for now, but stay tuned, because I'll get into this in meticulous detail, because there's a lot to talk about there. You'll understand how AI can maximize the value you provide while turning down the costs. All right, let's look at these two businesses, the one who uses AI and the one who doesn't use AI. Maybe this is you. You're having a lot of clients at the moment because you've been in the business for like 15, 20 years, right? This one is just starting. He has just few clients. However, the one who uses AI providing much higher value now. Much higher values means better reviews, better ratings, better word of mouth, better reputation, and better retention. Better retention means higher customer lifetime value, which means these customers, although he's have few customers, these customers brings in more money than over time than your average customer. That's what it means. Let's not talk about costs now because I didn't cover this part. But even without the costs, now you can see the problem. There is a business here that provides much higher value. That means when the new customers comes in, like someone like me, when I search for a plumber, I don't know either one of you. What I would look at is the ratings. And he has the better ratings. And when the new customers come in, there's a high chance that they will choose this business over yours. That's something that could happen. Let's say another business. Another business. Now you have several competitors here that providing much higher value than yours, which means these businesses have much more visibility than your business. So even if your customers didn't switch, the new customers who's coming in are not choosing you now. And that's bad enough, right? So what if in time, these businesses, the ones who use AI and the smart tools, they are not missing out calls and they're using targeted advertising. Their advertising costs are low and they're using smart inventory systems, smart invoicing systems, and they have the voice agents too. They're paying less for receptionists. They can go for cheap options. Their cost to acquire a new client is low now. So what happens in, they can lower their costs. These costs would go down. When the costs go down, what they can do is they can bring down the prices. All right? Now their prices are going down. They can give competitive prices. Now, look what happens with your business. These businesses provide much higher value for lower price. That's where the switch happens. All right, now you're losing clients. Now, when you lose clients like this, what happens is your fixed overheads doesn't change anyway. It remains the same. Now you have to pay more and more for marketing costs. If you're still using mass marketing techniques like leaflets and magazines, your costs may go high. Most likely what happens. Now your profit may not enough to cover the overheads, and now you're in a nosedive before you know it. And you might end up partnering up or working for one of these businesses. I know I painted a bit of a grim picture there, but these things have already started to happen. But what I want to tell you is that, yes, AI is not going to fix the pipes. This is what AI is going to do. The people who uses AI will provide much higher value and may bring down costs in time. They will surpass you. What you achieved in 20 years, they will achieve in 2-3 years. That's what's going to happen. I'll talk about this in more detail later. Stay tuned. And my advice to you is start small. Start learning. Try out this simple voice agent that I'm going to suggest in the next video. You won't believe how easy it is and how cheap it is. It's not expensive at all. Start like that, and then you can go for complicated systems. If you need complicated systems, yeah, you can hire people. I'm not going to make a sales pitch here. And hey, you know what? The most of the systems that I develop, these small systems, are actually free at the time of this recording, right? Some of these voice agents, some of the scheduling systems, the invoicing systems, the email systems, I give it away for free. Maybe those systems could be a good fit for your business. And follow the link in the description. You can talk to me for free for 30 minutes. I would love to hear your use case. So without that, goodbye and good luck.